as soon as I saw that, I was out of my body. And I'm flying around my body happy, and I was like, oh my God, I'm out. It was crazy. And I was like kind of like jumping and flying, and I was like, hey, easy, easy. Just go take a look at your body because I want to see my body and make sure this is my body.
How was it for you? Like, what was your experience? What were some of the cool things that you experienced? Some of the things that maybe were like, whoa, didn't expect that.
So I went there before going to this retreat. I was already meditating, and I always wanted to have out of body experience.
Okay.
I kind of had it, not really like fully flying away and going out of my body. And and then one day, like I had like halfway out of body experience. Like once when I was actually trying for 10 days in a row, I got tired. I was like, it's not working. It's not working. I went to sleep like the day 11, let's say night 11. I went to the bed, and then I was like, oh, I was so sleepy. And then I woke up and came to the living room, and I was like, why am I so light? And that was the time that actually wasn't my body. I left my body, and I knew that because I felt my body. That was it. And then I returned back to my body. That's it. And then I had a like similar situation in other day. And it was interesting because I was trying and I didn't get it. When I stopped trying, it happens. This is
You were
something.
trying so hard, yeah.
And then I went to Dr. Joe's retreat for a week, and we are meditating 3 times in a day. One morning, like 5 a.m., for 1 hour and a half, and then the other meditation. So 3 times per day, each like 1 hour and a half.
Yeah.
Between this would be like a lunch breaks and also hours of Dr. Joe Dispenza explaining things to us.
Every time you guys meditate, is it a different kind of meditation journey?
Yeah, it was a different. So in all this, I was expecting I want to experience something magical.
And can I ask you an honest question? So you know how sometimes when you meditate, it works, sometimes maybe not so much. Were there ever a time where you were in the middle of meditation, because it takes an hour and a half, where you weren't quite, you were trying, but it wasn't, I mean, maybe you didn't have that experience, but did you ever have the experience where you weren't quite meditating and that hour was like, oh my God, can we finish this already?
No, there was no. Because there are a lot of factors involved. One is we paid for that. We wanted to make it work. I was like, I paid for that. I'm going to do the best meditation. And then I was meditating with Dr. Joe Dispenza's guidance, like audio guidance, and you can buy it online. And then and then now I'm there, and he's doing it live. Yeah. It's like the best powerful, it's amazing. And I was like, oh my God, that's his voice. He's not, I thought it's a voice effect or something, because he's doing this crazy stuff with his voice, like stay connected to it. And then it was like, why are you talking this way? And it's something, at the beginning it was a little bit distractive, and then I realized there's a science behind that shit too.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel that tone gets you to like connect and to follow that tone, and it gives that focus onto that tone. It sounds like it.
I think because usually if you go to YouTube, look at meditation, it's like this beautiful woman that's like, stay calm. They're talking like this way. And then I got used to those like guided meditation. And then Dr. Joe is like, pay attention to the space. And I was like, where? Behind. I was like, where? Tell me where. And at the beginning I was like, and then I realized that actually he's making that most probably so you can't think about anything else. So I was like, where? Just tell me, pay attention to what? I'm gonna pay attention to that. And he made us crazy, but
that sounds cool though.
Anyway, so we were doing that meditation. For the first day, 3 meditation, nothing magical happened. I was able to meditate, like calm my brain, like nothing about stuff. It was very calming, amazing, but it wasn't something wow.
Yeah, but it was okay.
And then second day, I had some connection. I heard this woman screaming, and during the meditation, she was screaming. I was like, why is she screaming?
Screaming like bloody murder or
I
like...
was like, ah. Yeah. And then there's a guy screaming.
Yikes.
And I was like, what's happening? And then I remember before this, Dr. Joel was talking about being connected to the divine.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe she is connected. And as soon as I stopped the judgment and I was like saying that, and I felt this energy went through me. It was like my body disappeared. And that was a
Wow.
very cool experience. So I couldn't see my body anymore. There was no body.
Wow.
And I liked that. And then I was like so excited about that. And then I had other experience. I was going like, some of the meditation were so long, so it was like going a little bit sleepy. And then I would see a lucid dream. I saw my father, I saw my mother. It was so interesting.
Wow.
But in a, like one of the meditation that he said, like you can lie down, I actually went in a lucid dream. And then I woke up, I started talking to people, and then I realized I'm still in a lucid dream because I was waking up in a dream. And it was crazy because it was a few seconds. And I was coming back hearing what he's saying and then going back to the lucid dream and coming back. It was so interesting.
You know, it's funny. I don't challenge any of that because I've never experienced it. So it sounds very amazing. But at the same time, I'm thinking like, imagine, and this is not to challenge. This is just like to make it funny. Imagine,
okay.
imagine everyone is having these lucid dreams, right? Because the meditation works so well, he puts everyone to sleep, and then everyone starts just dreaming, and then everyone's like, he's like, everybody asleep? Yeah, they're asleep. Everyone's just knocked out, and like he takes a break, and he's like, comes back, and then he's like, oh man, easy money, and then he's like somehow wakes everybody up and pretends like there was no gap in between because he put everybody asleep.
That might be.
That would be
funny. If he can do that,
that would be funny. But hey, that's power to him too. Not saying that that's what happened, but it just sounds funny. Like imagine like everyone just falls asleep from that like that constant voice. You know how sometimes you play a track and it just like puts you to sleep in the trance, and then like falls you to sleep. Yeah, not saying that's what happened.
You know, I think he said, and he was kind of like doing that. He said, "You're gonna pass that door, and I'm gonna bring you back. You're gonna be going between this word and that word."
Yeah.
So that was I experienced actually. I was like here and then, here and then. It was crazy. Cool. Because that he was taking you back and then letting you go, and then it was so fun.
Yeah.
And then it was like so energetic, and we saw things. And I remember one of the scientists who came and talked, he said what people experience during a week meditation when they check those blood sample is, and then the brainwave is like equal, like actually having using some like mushroom.
Really?
And he was like, did you see this? And like some pattern in the like sky, or did you see that? Did you see that? And everyone's like, many people say, yes, I saw a lot of things. And it was like, have any one of you took mushroom? And it was like, no. So you see that's kind of like equal. So the body can produce that shit.
Interesting.
But then it's not like, because it was interesting because I talked about it in my YouTube channel, in Persian YouTube channel, and somebody said, are you sure they in the
didn't like give
in
you
the food, because they would giving us food like
just cooking some mushrooms.
Yeah, with
in
mushroom. And because hotel was giving us food, it was like, imagine putting mushroom in like 2,000 people's food. Okay,
not likely.
But then maybe that would happen. But then this second thing is you can like be in that energy during food. During meditation. And then when meditation was done, it was over.
Yeah, you can't control the on-off switch from
it was off. Then you know, and then so that's why I'm saying I'm sure there are retreats. Some people do it in forest jungle.
Yeah,
and they do
with
crazy
ayahuasca
stuff.
and all
But
kinds
then
of
here it was amazing, and in the next day meditation, I wasn't expecting anything, and Dr. Joe was talking about like when you expect things, it means you are separate.
What do you mean?
You are separate from the thing that you wish to have. Whatever you want. So you were like, I want this. What does that mean? Like, I don't have it.
Oh, it almost sounds like you're focused so much on wanting something that you lose your ability to be vulnerable and open to what actually could happen. And so you don't get to connect to the source in a way. You're almost like too focused on something else.
Yeah, if you're connected and you believe that you're
connected. I should go to one of these things, man. I feel like I could.
I think you would like it. And if you are connected and you're sure that you're connected, you feel like I'm connected to the source. Yeah. I'm connected to everybody and everything and all this resource that I need, everything. You're not going to want anything. Because everything is like saying like, I want my hand. You have it. You have whatever you have. So I remember one of the walking meditation, he was saying
walking.
We had walking meditation.
How does that work?
Outdoor. It was amazing. So you put the AirPod in, it's a guided meditation. It was pre-recorded.
Eyes open or closed?
First, like 10 minutes closed. He started like putting this, like the energy goes so
high. Wait, but you guys were walking with your eyes closed?
Sorry.
You were walking with your eyes closed?
No, eyes closed. Stand up. And then he
Oh,
was like,
okay.
open your eyes and walk as if you're the person that you want to be.
Whoa.
And then I was walking
I
proudly.
totally want to do that.
Like, I am the person I want to be. I am the person. And then he was like, bring that intention to you. It was like, what the heck is intention? I don't want anything. I have everything. I didn't want anything at that point. I was like, I'm
Wow.
connected. Why should I want anything? And I didn't want anything.
Because you have it already, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I have it. I don't want anything. What are you talking about? And then
Wow.
it was amazing. Then again, like after 10 minutes, stay and then close your eyes and then again walk, and then at some point you could lie down. So we had some tower. We would go lie down in the grasses and look at the sky. It was so amazing.
Wow. So hearing you talk about this, the one thing that really makes, well, a lot of things make sense, but I identified a thing here where the idea where I've experienced something similar is when I was in acting school, I still go sometimes, but when I'm in acting school at the very beginning, it was very challenging because sometimes as a person, you're always in your head. You're always thinking about what am I doing? How am I being seen? People are watching me. Am I doing this correctly? Am I talking correctly? Am I thinking about the right thing? Am I acting correctly? And so all of these things take you out of and away from actually being natural and actually being in the moment in the scene. And all of the self-judgment and then judging others would not allow me to be present. And the moment I figured out how to stop judging myself and stop judging others, that was a different experience. Then I didn't have to worry about how I looked, how I sounded. I didn't have to think about myself, whereas I could think about what is this character doing and what is the other person giving me? What is this experience? And so I feel that is similar how when you stop judging everyone and you were just like, it doesn't matter, like everyone's doing their own thing, their own experience, and they're connecting, then you were allowed to not judge yourself, be free, be comfortable, and then find your way to get connected. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, that's it. So, like, we can talk about everything in one video, honestly, and there is a part that you need to take responsibility for everything. Like, it doesn't matter, that person did this to me, that's like, that doesn't help you. It's just excuse. Of course that person did that to you. That makes, I mean,
sure,
nobody's denying that, but then you're using that, and it's so amazing that I love this part that
sounds powerful.
Human body get addicted to any chemical that brain makes. If you keep creating a certain chemical, any chemical, but body is gonna get used to it. So people who are addicted, people who are going through a lot of trauma from childhood, and then they got addicted to this sadness and stress. And then if there is nothing to stress out about, they create something to.
Wow, that's powerful.
And then if there is nothing that they can do, they start remembering the stuff that happened to them, so they can
go back to that trauma
and then brain start giving them the chemical because they're addicted.
That's crazy.
So there is something else. I'm saying whatever Dr. Joe's saying. So
that's crazy.
There is something else that when you're addicted, you keep creating that. What is stress? Stress is good for body when you need to save yourself.
Yeah.
So there is a bear attacking
survive,
you. Yeah. You need that stress, so you will run, hide, or attack the bear or whatever, defend yourself. But it's fine for a few moments, like for 10 minutes. But it's not fine for like hours and days. So the body is getting crazy because you keep creating those chemicals that is good for 10 minutes. And you shouldn't be in that state for like, and then there are people, like my mother used to be, crying for 30 years that somebody did this to me. And they keep using that person as excuse to create that chemical that they're addicted to. And then what happened to your body when they have experiencing these stress hormones over and over again? Cancers, PTSD, skin problems, I don't know, any other issues that you can find. So mainly affect the health.
That's so crazy.
Also secondary, affect their life. Like, do you have enough confidence to go for a job? Do you love yourself enough to go for a good relationship, or are you going to stay in a toxic relationship because you're addicted to this hormones of stress?
Wow.
You know?
Wow, that's so powerful. It's so crazy. I'm surprised I've never really heard it that way before, but that makes so much sense. It just makes so much sense, and that's so true. I wish there was an easy way for us to identify. There probably is, obviously, but like now I'm going to think about that. Like, how do I identify certain patterns and chemicals that I may be addicted to, and that I can be like, whoa, no, change that. Let's find other more positive,
So
better
that's the old
chemicals.
personality. If you want to change that, you need to new personality, see what you're doing, and you need to stop blaming people. Of course, they are horrible people. Let's say they're the worst human beings in the planet, but then for your
But it's
own
done and gone.
yeah, for your
Move on.
health and your own life, if you want to move on and get the life you want, you need to stop attaching, just cut that, let them go, and then you can start new.
Move forward, move on. Yeah.
So this is a part of the story, and then we're talking about meditation. Dr. Joe Dispenza teach people meditation, and he's really good at that. He uses specific music, specific sounds, frequencies that bring you to that state, and then you experience crazy stuff. At the end, I just want to think this is okay. We still have some time. In one of the meditation, I actually, when he says stop being attached to the result and stop being like wanting stuff, because this means you're separated and you believe you're separated from the experience you want or the things that you want.
Oh, that makes sense too. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
and
you
then
don't
I was
have
like,
it.
you know what? Today it's day 7, last day, and I was like, today I'm not gonna want anything. I want nothing. I just want to have a fun experience, like a meditation, and that's it. So I went through the meditation. It was the meditation called Blessing the Energy Centers. And it was lie down meditation. And he started telling us to bring your focus on the first energy center, or chakra, they say. And he uses the word energy centers. And then when you bring your attention to something, you bring all the energy there. And then you bring the energy to the second energy center, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth, and seventh, and the last one. And what happens was, he said, when I tell you see the door, do not imagine a door over there, because it means you're separated. So when he said in a meditation, now see the door, I saw myself inside this door, in between, I was passing the door, holding the door, and then I can't feel my body. So I was the door. I was connected, my cells and the doors and everything was the same, because I couldn't see anything. And then as soon as I saw that, I was out of my body. And I'm flying around my body happy, and I was like, oh my God, I'm out. It was crazy. And I was like kind of like jumping and flying, and I was like, hey, easy, just go take a look at your body, because I want to see my body and make sure this is my body. So I saw my body, and I was sleeping very peacefully. Wow. And then I was like, now I'm gonna go through this wall. And then I went through the wall. And I remember Dr. Joe was talking about his experience and the first time, and he was thinking crazy stuff like, oh, what if I'm stuck in the wall? And then he come back to the body, because he was thinking those stuff. And I was like, don't get distracted like Dr. Joe Dispenza. You're better. You're better. I was saying that to myself. And then actually I passed the wall. I went through the wall. My cells and the wall cell was one. Yeah, wow. And then at the other side of the wall, I was expecting normal, but there wasn't normal. I was in the sky with the stars. Oh, and wow. I was like, because I wasn't expecting that. And I woke up. Wow. And then I woke up. And then later I told the girls next to me, hey, did I scream? And she was like, yeah, you did. And I was like, wow, so those women, like that woman and that guy who was screaming, they were seeing some stuff. They were already out there, yeah. That's why they were getting crazy. And it was so funny, because in the lunch break, in the lunch line, we were talking about the crazy stuff people were talking about. They went to different dimensions. Wow. And I believed them 100%, awesome. Because some people wouldn't believe me. Yeah. And then they were like, I went to this planet. There were animals, beautiful. Is this the beings, where you were going to mention about the beings? Yeah, I'm not going to. No, this is not that. There are other stuff. Anyways, that's crazy. I don't want to sound crazy, but it is real. No, yeah. But then people were talking about they went to the other dimensions. They saw animals, different species, and they were like, I was that species and species was me, like we were the same. Wow. I could see what they see and feel, and I was like, and it was a crazy experience. And then after this meditation, I was the happiest person alive, because I wanted to experience this, so I know I'm more than my body. And that proved to me I'm more than my body. I'm not just my body. There is this, I'm my consciousness, my soul, whatever it's called. Yeah. And,
Consciousness.
And then I was like, there's nothing else can make me happy today. And then I get a chance to talk to Dr. Joe Dispenza. I was like, okay, he's my favorite celebrity.
Nice.
And I get a chance to talk to him. And he was unreal. I don't think he's real. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, what do you mean?
He was a hologram or no, I'm kidding.
A robot?
He was like, yeah, he might be.
AI? He was like
Yeah.
the most advanced
He
AI?
might be an alien, like something. No, I'm kidding. Guys,
Could be.
I'm kidding.
I mean, it's okay if it is.
If you're an alien, no, like we're not racist. It's fine.
Yeah.
But then, anyways, he had this calm energy,
Could make a lot of sense though if he was from another planet. He's so advanced. He's like trying to teach us.
Yeah, this miserable people. I'm gonna help you. Anyways, he's helping people.
Thank you.
And I honestly, the person who went to that retreat, I honestly, if you have money, go to the retreat. If you don't have money, they have a progressive workshop. It's online.
I mean, maybe you should occasionally do free classes, like free.
Yeah, I
mean,
think
why not?
honestly, I have an idea. I think when things are free, people don't respect it.